Hola, hola! It's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, queen, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome. And I am here to remind you, I'm a confidence coach, a business mentor, a speaker, an author, and I am obsessed with women standing up, showing up, and creating their confidence. And I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, my love. Welcome to the podcast. Today I have a very juicy ass personal topic that I want to share with you because I speak to a lot of women, whether they are women climbing the corporate ladder, women who are leading groups of others, women who are building their business. They're at the beginning and they're wanting to build their business, or maybe you're further down the track in your business and you want to, I call it blow up. Like you want to reach, you want to impact, you want to have all this stuff happen that you're like, I'm ready for this shit. Like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this coming? It's not fair, XYZ. And I wanted to do this podcast because I see this a lot and I speak to a lot of you, and I wanted this to be a gift to you. Similarly to a podcast I did called How to Get the Attention of the People You Admire. It was a gift because a lot of people want to get attention and they want to get into the faces of people they admire, and we go about it the wrong way. And so to me, that was a gift of me being like, yo, try this instead. As someone who gets a lot of messages from people like, this is what I don't like. This is what I think will be useful. In this podcast, I want to share with you some tough love, but also some truth that can hopefully get you to where you need to be so that you can create what you want. Recently, I had the beautiful and amazing, sweetest soul, Amy Porterfield, on the podcast. Shout out to you, Amy. You're amazing. She's just such a beautiful soul. Like that's what I could say about her. Kind and caring and loving and amazing and insightful and inspiring. And she's killed it in her business. And Amy threw down some shit when she was on the podcast. I asked her about people who want to be hooked up. They want to be on big podcasts. They want a blue tick before you could buy it. They want to be big names. They want to be doing big shit. And they're not doing the work. But they want all those things, but they're not doing the work. And she said her advice was like, maybe you haven't done the reps yet. Maybe you're not supposed to have all that shit you want yet. And so this is the topic we're discussing today. How can you be so fucking good, be so fire, be so incredible that you make people desire, that you draw in and magnetize people towards you, the opportunities, the sponsorships, the books, the speaking, the everything you want is coming and knocking at your door instead of you forcing it to happen, trying to squeeze it to happen, trying to make sure that it happens, trying to make it happen instead of it just happening naturally because you are buzzing at such a high level that you are attracting all the high level shit to yourself. What's the difference? One, to me, comes from scarcity and disbelief and impatience and I need it now. Hurry up. Where is it? Why isn't it here? Almost a little bit of privilege or a little bit of like, what's that word? It's not privilege. The word is entitlement. That is the word. So it comes from entitlement. I should have this. I'm so good at this. Don't people already know? Why don't I have XYZ? How come I'm not doing XYZ? Blah, blah, blah. Entitlement or frustration and anger. And I have been at the frustration and anger. Oh my God. I'm like, fuck am I going to get to do the things that I want to do? Blah, 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 blah. I was so frustrated. I think I talked about it before, but I really wanted a blue tick on Instagram because it meant you were someone and it meant you couldn't get hacked and it meant that you were a verified person and business and you were so cool. And for a long time, I wanted the blue tick for the wrong reasons. Now you could fucking buy it, which is hilarious. Anyway, so I did get it. without buying it when my book came out, when my book became a bestseller, when I sold over 10,000 copies, then I got that thing. So I was impatient and thinking that I'm so good, I should have it. But guess what? I didn't have it. And what would Byron Katie say? Right? Like, if you don't have it, it's because you're not meant to have it. Straight up. If you should have had it, you would have it. And the fact that you don't, look at that. So this is an invitation for those of you out there who are listening that are like, I should be speaking on big stages. I should be getting paid my worth. Don't people know how good I am? How come I'm not the one getting the pay rise? Why doesn't my boss give me the big office in the corner with the fucking skylights and I can see the city? Why don't I get asked out? Why don't me? Why? And my beautiful, loving, and caring self is giving you a loving and caring bitch slap to look at maybe why is because you're not supposed to have it yet. And how do you attract these amazing opportunities in your life? I'm going to use my example as business. However, if you have a job, if you're trying to find love, if you're trying to grow in your career, if any other thing you're trying to do, you could insert your example here. Okay? So I'm talking about me with business. And here's what I see. There are people that have been doing the thing that they do so well that makes it look so easy. They have been doing it for so long. Consider that's why it looks so easy and effortless. Yet here comes someone who has not been doing it, who has no idea what it takes, and sees visually the ease and the flow and mistakes that for, oh, I could do that. That's easy. Oh, how hard could that be? And it's like, well, it's nuanced and it is very hard because that person's been doing it for 20, 10, 20, 40, however many fucking years. And they make it look easy. Anytime you see someone on stage that's speaking and they're rocking it and they're effortless and they're fucking almost like gliding across the stage and they're witty and they've got jokes and they're incredible and captivating, it is not because it's easy. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's because they've practiced, they've got the experience, they've got some form of mastery, which takes hours and hours and hours and dedication and devotion into the thing. So in business, someone, a couple someones I've spoken with along the years, how come I don't have that opportunity? Why don't I have 100,000 followers? Why don't I have a blue tick? How come I didn't get asked to get on Forbes? Why am I not on national television in the morning show? How come I don't have those opportunities? And I want to say, number one, that's a shit question. That's a shit question of how come I don't have that and she has that or they have that. What a shitty question, because what's your brain going to say? Because you're not good enough. Or because some other shitty thing. Your brain's going to come up with shit, right? Tony Robbins says the quality of your questions is the quality of your life. If you have shit questions, you're going to get a response that's not good. Flipping the question of how could I? If I want to have this impact, what could I be doing that will give me that impact? What are the things that I could be doing? And it's not comparing yourself or tearing another person down that has what you want, because what you criticize, you can't create. You'll never get it if that's the case. So how do we start to look at the quality of the questions we're asking ourselves for the opportunities? Now, I'm going to use business. This is the example. You want to speak. Let's say you want to be a speaker. You want to be known as a speaker. I've done a few or maybe one episode about this, and I have another one around the fear of public speaking coming out soon. So if you want to build a speaking career for yourself, what's the first step? You got to speak. And just by speaking, you're a speaker. Or are you one of the people that go, oh, I'm not a speaker unless I get on a big stage. I'm not a speaker unless I've done a TED. I'm not a speaker unless a lot of people have seen me speak. Then you're not looking to be a speaker. You're looking for the validation that comes from you accomplishing said thing that you think makes you cool. I don't know. So check where the desire is coming from, right? You're a speaker if you open your mouth and you speak. Number two, you want to be a big speaker. Another thing that you have to do is do some speaking gigs. Now, if you're in the beginning stages of hitting the stage, oh, no pun intended, watch out. I was a bit slow with that one. If you're in the beginning, right, you haven't hit a stage. Maybe you hit your own stage. Maybe you do your own events. That was me. My whole life I did my own events. And now I'm in the speaker circuit. But I'm a baby. I'm so humbled. I'm so newborn. I'm like, y'all, I'm newborn. I don't know shit about your circuit. I know about my shit. I'm good at my shit. But do I know yours? I'm about to get a mentor for speaking in the circuit. Why? Because I don't know that world. I haven't lived in that world. I've lived in my world of speaking. And do I think I'm a great speaker? Yes. But do I think I have shit to work on? Hell yeah. If I want to be the best, I've got so much to work on. So here we are doing events of our own, but now you want to be a speaker. So that means you have to speak at events that are not your own. You have to find events and go, hey, you're doing an event about life coaches. I'm a life coach. I'd love to speak about said topic. Are you looking for another speaker? Now, that could be a free opportunity. They could be paying you $0, but guess what you get? You get to be in the speaker circuit. You get to give experience. You get to show off who you are, how you are, what you say. You get to produce your content and deliver it on stage in an amazing way to move people in the audience. So people go, damn, who is you? Oh my God. Okay. Social media. Hello. Every time you get on a stage, people got phones up. It's amazing. You get traction. Now you get started to be known as a great speaker who moves the audience in a said way or teaches people something. The name starts going around, you do more of those, then you start charging. Then you start charging a little bit more. Then you start charging a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm not telling you what to do, but this was a journey for me. And humility goes a long way when you're trying to do big shit. Just wanting to be famous is not enough. Just wanting to blow up because you should blow up, it's not enough if you ask me. And so the invitation is there for you if you're like, actually, I want to do this. I want to be a speaker. Actually, I want to make more money. Actually, I want people to look to me and hire me for this thing. Then I'm like, cool. What are you currently doing that's showing that that's who you are? What are you currently doing so that people can see? What noise are you making for yourself because no one is coming to save you? No one is coming to rescue you or hook you up or put you on, sister. Nobody. Like I had to put myself on. And women share here and there. We're like, yo, what up? Let's introduce you here and there. But like, you got to do your work. You got to put yourself on. You have to become so fucking good that they cannot ignore you. Become so amazing at what you do. Make your own damn noise that people are like, yo, I heard you from down the street. How do I get in on this? Can you come to my thing? Yo, you're amazing. Make your own noise is what I'm saying. And be patient because this shit takes time. Nothing happens overnight. And to me, that's the integral, beautiful way. It's a lot slower than most people. It's definitely not an overnight success. But fuck, you die with your integrity. And you make some amazing noise. And you don't expect anyone to do shit for you. And then when you climb to the top, you know how hard it was. And you see someone else, you hook them up. And I share this with you because, I was in this impatient place. At the beginning of my business, I wasn't like, I want to blow up. I want this. I want that. I was just like, I need to make money. I'm struggling. I know I came here for more. I want to be a coach. I was just hyper focused on building my coaching business, listening to everything that Gary Vee said, like creating content, doing all those things and telling my story so that I could build authority and build an audience. So I have to say in the beginning back then in 2018, it was a different hustle. I wasn't doing it because I wanted likes or followers, or I didn't even know the possibility. I didn't know what was possible for this podcast. No idea. I just wanted to get my content out there and genuinely help women. And so I had my head down and bum up, as they say, and I was working my ass off. I was just like showing up, doing it. I wasn't looking for sponsors. I wasn't looking for validation. I didn't think there was anyone really like me in Australia because I was just American, Puerto Rican. I was the way I was. I grew up where I grew up. And so I didn't know that was my superpower either, by the way. I kind of was shameful that I wasn't like everyone else, but I was like, fuck it. I'm not going to be like anyone else. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to say the shit that most people won't say. I'm going to show up in a way that gives so much fucking value. Like my podcast hopefully gives you results. I hope that you get results ahead of time by listening to my podcast. If it changes your fucking life and you ever want to work on yourself and you're ever looking for a mentor or a coach, that you go, damn, it's going to be Erica because she gave me so much. That was the goal. Like that was the intention, creating all the content in the podcast. So it was wild because I just was focused on doing what I did. I didn't have time, and I still don't have time to scroll and look at other people's shit or to compare myself to other people. I just didn't have the privilege of self-doubt. I didn't have the privilege of procrastination. I didn't. Consider if you do, then maybe there's a lot of time on our hands. Maybe there's an extra income that you can lean back on. I didn't have that. So I was fucking hyper focused and aware on making this business and this dream to impact women a reality. And so I say that because I went so ham on my vision and on my content, and it was like I was unstoppable. And I was. Like Hamish, my husband, wasn't even going to stop me. Like nothing was stopping me. I was buzzing like, I know who the fuck I am. I know what I came here to do. It was like when I birthed my son naturally through my vagina, when I had that natural home birth after having a fucked up cesarean situation. I literally, it was like this new version of me birthed. That's all I could think of. This self-belief birth, this fucking beast tiger mama birthed. It was like, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm going for it. No one's going to stop me. And if you say no, I'm going to find a yes. And if you don't accept me, I don't give a fuck. I accept myself. And if you don't let me in, I'll build my own fucking table. I don't need a seat at your table. I don't need you to validate me. I don't need you to accept me. I don't need you to say shit to me or compliment me. I know what I'm doing. I know the shit's fire. I'm making it happen. I'm doing my thing and I'm fucking doing it my way. And because I had that conviction and I had that like sense of self and that self-confidence and that self-belief, I just made all my noise. I just did all my shit. And I really truly believe that that's an energy that is attractive and that people magnetize towards and that excites people and that inspires people and be like, hell yeah, I want to get up in that. And then we created this community and this women and this movement and these waves. These Puerto Rican waves were happening in Australia and then globally. And then the podcast has done what it's done. And obviously, after you do the hard yards and you show who you are to the world gives you an opportunity. And when they give you that opportunity, you prepare your ass off. You get ready. You nail that shit. I remember I did a speaking engagement. And it was a bit crazy. If you hear my kids, I've picked them up from school. But when I did a speaking engagement, a woman said to me like, oh, damn, look at your shit. Like, wow, like you did it up. Like, cause if I go, my slides are lit. If I go, I'm like, my speaking shit, I want it to be an experience. My branding is there. I've got books and workbooks and my book. And like, I'm going branded. I ain't playing. I'm going big every time because that's my own integrity. That's my own high standard. And I felt like it was a bit of a dig and it made me feel bad. Like I was overprepared or I worked too hard. And then I was like, actually, no. Like, you don't know what I've had to do as a Latina woman of color in Australia to try to make a name for myself and be somebody. So maybe that's too much for you, but for me, this is exactly what I need to be doing. I need to work really fucking hard. I need to stand out. I need to care even more. I need to be highest standard possible. I need to be immaculate when I'm showing up. My shit's on point. I'm prepared. I know what I'm doing. Eye contact, boom, in the space. Like, we doing this. There's no mistake here. I'm here on purpose. This is intentional as fuck. And so, you know, that's the invitation. When you do that for yourself, when you really do your hard yards, and only you know, when you sit by yourself and you go, have I really worked really hard to do this? Have I done my hard yards or not? So that's it, right? Like, no one can take that work ethic. No one can take that self-belief. No one can take what you've done. And trust me, even though you don't know, there are people watching and thinking of you and creating events going, I want that lady to speak, or I want that person to do this. Like, your name is getting said in rooms. If you are here to impact and do this, it's happening for you. Now, I use my example as a business, as a speaker, as a coach, but let's pretend that maybe you have, you're in a career. You want to get a pay rise. And you're like, why doesn't my boss pay me more? I want to get paid more. I want to get paid more. Let me give you the example that I would say. Have you added value? And I know you're like, yeah, I add value. And I'm like, have you added value to your boss? Have you added value to the company? When you want to grow and lift from where you are to where you want to be, you need to start thinking about the problems that you can solve and the problems that the people in charge are dealing with. They're not your problems, they're their problems. But if you walk over and step into their shoes and embody them, you'll be able to go, ooh, from this point of view, I see why they don't give us a pay rise. I see why we can't hire more staff. I start to understand and see the problem of the owner of the company, of the this, of the that. Okay, and you step into their shoes. Most employees don't step into the shoes of the owners or the founders or the heads of the company. You do that, you can get a perspective and a problem-solving eye that other people wouldn't have. And you say, hey, what about this? If I could help you solve this problem that I know you have this problem, because I imagine if I was you, that would be a problem. And I see that it's a problem. If I could help you solve that in a set amount of time, would you consider giving me this pay rise of this amount of money? Would you consider moving me into the corner office? Would you consider, if I did this for you, which I know is a big problem, would you do that for me? Like, that's called adding value. So in my respect of my business side, that's one example. But yes, you can do this if you're in a career and you're wanting to grow. You can do this if you're not where you want to be right now, but you want to be over there and you're over here and you're like, that's so far away. What do I need to do? That's the right question. What do I need to do? Who do I need to become? What value can I add from coming from here to going over there? Not, why am I not over there? It's not fair that she's over there. Why am I not over there? I'm so good. I'm better than her. Why isn't, if you were better, you be there, yo. If you're supposed to be there, you would be there, and you're not. Cool. So be with where you're at. Like, I'm at peace with where I am right now. I'm not on Oprah's couch because I'm not supposed to be. If I was, I would be. So clearly I got more shit to do. There's more to mine in my life and in my business and in my story and in my content, more leveling up to do in my company and my business and what I'm doing. Fantastic. What a celebration. Not, I don't want to fucking be here. I should be over there. Well, you're not, right? So what do you need to do in order to get yourself there? And here's what I'll say lastly. If you are a little bit like me, impatient, and you have big dreams and big visions, you must phase things out into stepping stones. You can't do all the things all at once, all right now, happening all at once. You won't. You will sabotage your ass off. You will burn out. You'll be resentful. You'll be tired. You'll be broke. It won't happen. Okay? And I'm not calling that upon you, but I'm just saying, if you try to do 75 things at once, you're going to suck at 74 of those things. I'm telling you right now, you can't focus on it all at once. I have massive visions that are not for right now. They're not 2023 September visions. They're 2025 visions. I have a 10-year fucking vision. And look, if it comes closer because I worked hard, great. But I know that there are certain things I could focus on and give my full energy and attention to whilst being a mother, whilst being a wife, and being a student fucking part-time, and being a coach, and running a business, and looking after my own human body and self, and being a daughter. Like, there's only so much. So what phase are you in? Which stepping stone are you currently on? And if you fight the stone you are on and you start looking at the stone over there, your ass is going to fall into the damn swamp. Okay? Or the pond or whatever kind of water is under your stone. You don't want to do that. You want to focus on where you are, nail that shit, and then move on to the next one. Move on to the next one. But this world of I want it now, I want it fast, I want it yesterday, Uber Eats, fucking drive-through express post right now. It's like, yo, for the big shit you want to do, it's going to take time. And you need to make a name for yourself, and you need to make your fucking noise, not depending on other people to put you on or hook you up. That's what I would say. Be so fucking good that they cannot ignore you. Okay, sis? I love you so much. I hope that this served you. And if it did, hit me up. Leave me a review. Send me an email, support@thequeenofconfidence.com. Hit me on the Instagram DMs. Whatever. Just hit me. I want to know all about it. If this served you, I love you. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I freaking love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your ears and your energy and your attention. Thank you for letting me into your world. And thank you so much for listening and tuning in to this podcast. There are so many podcasts you could listen to, and I deeply, deeply, for real, appreciate you listening to mine. Do me one big favor, one big thing. Please share this episode or this podcast with a woman who you know needs to hear this. This is my mission on planet Earth, to serve as many women as possible so that we could show up, stand up, speak up, and create the confidence and the life that we desire. I appreciate you, my love. I will see you on the next episode.